Yo soy chicano, tengo color, puro chicano, hermano con honor. Cuando me dicen que hay revolución, defiendo a mi raza con mucho valor.
Mexican-American farm workers were fed up with inhumane treatment and poor working conditions.
Come on up, brothers, we are waiting for you!
They walked off many California fields and refused to pick grapes. Led by Cesar Chavez.
The goals of the Chicano movement were to politically change the way this society has viewed Mexicans. Not capable of doing university work. Best set for working in industrial or farm labor. People didn't want Mexicans living next door to them, or blacks. You know, they didn't want to associate with them. In some cases in Texas, it was felt that Mexicans were not as intelligent as whites, therefore they should have their own schools. Some people felt that Mexicans were not as clean as whites, therefore they should have their own schools. Or Mexicans did not speak good English, therefore they should have their own schools.
Classrooms of East Los Angeles, an urban protest was about to begin. Thousands of young brown people were about to be reborn as Chicanos and Chicanas in what were called the blowouts. Parents had not known any better, had accepted that they would never see the titles doctor or professor in front of their children's names. But teachers who were supposed to trade in the potential of youth presumed that their brown students were predestined to work with their hands, not with their minds.
Unidos en la lucha no nos moverán. Unidos en la lucha no nos moverán como un árbol firme junto al río, no nos moverán, no, no, no nos moverán, no, no, no nos moverán como un árbol firme junto al río, no nos moverán, no nos moverán.
Jueves Santo en la mañana salió César de Veleno componiendo una campaña. Compañeros campesinos, esto va a ser un ejemplo. Esta marcha la llevamos hasta mero Sacramento. Cuando llegamos a Fresno, toda la gente...
Why was there a lot of police brutality?
There's always been police brutality. You know? I mean, like in Los Angeles, where I'm from, we know of cases of police brutality going back to 1912. Okay, but during the time of the Chicano movement, it really got out of hand because there were people who felt that Chicanos now are getting out of hand. What defines the Zoot Suit culture?
Correct.
Well, we have to go back to the 1940s, and the people that wore Zoot Suits were young Mexican Americans, young, second generation, third generation. These were young people who did not fit in with their parents' culture, traditional Mexican culture, but they did not fit into the U.S. society because they were Mexican. They were segregated. They were not expected to go to college. They were just in limbo. So here they are in the middle, and they basically create a subculture that is defined by the zoot suit, which was really to look sharp when you went out. That's all. That's all it was. Music, something called Pachuco Boogie, and language.
The police had their own problems with LA's Mexican youth.
During the war years, the LAPD felt frustrated. They were losing their best and most experienced police officers to go off into the Army and the Navy, into the service. And in addition to that, they were faced with this new phenomena of the zoot suiters. You don't know how many times you heard they were going to take their kid gloves off and they were going to deal with the zoot suiters harshly now.
I'm not Mexican American, I'm Chicano.
Why do you say that?
Why? Because it is a way of seeing the world I live in. It's a way of interpreting the world that I live in. I am not going to assimilate. Okay. Being Chicano means that you to me now, that you see that there are injustices out in the world. Okay, whether it's El Paso or anywhere else. But as a Chicano, you try to do something about it, whether it's educating people, confronting the institutions, whatever it is. You try to do something about it. And that's how I choose to live my life.